Hello, everybody. Fearmy Games back here once again with some Guild Wars Nightfall. You may notice that my glasses are a bit different than they were before. That's because I got some new ones yesterday. They're a bit pricey. Yeah, it got hurt the wallet for probably the next 2 months. But, I needed some new glasses at work. I misread something. I was like, yeah, I need new glasses. One thing I actually like about these ones that because this is from a different company than I get my last ones, which might be why it's a little more expensive. But these guys took my new insurance, so balances out. Is that they're both blue light protection like my old ones, but also they are transition, which is nice for outside because I'm the kind of person where I'm like, the sun gets anywhere near my eyes, so like my eyes they burn. That's usually how I go. You might be wondering why we're in Camadem, and the reason for that is that they recently buffed two skills they previously disregarded. So those being Mighty Throw and Wild Throw. No, sorry, not Wild Throw. Unblockable Throw. I was one too far. What's funny is after the balance patch and I noticed these changes, which was after the last video, when after I recorded the last video, I should say. And before this one, they actually slightly nerfed unblockable throw. They didn't revert the adrenaline cost change, but I'm pretty sure for both of these they reduced the adrenaline cost to a more reasonable amount. I think that's really the only change they had made. But they actually added a 1 second cooldown where it didn't have before. I assume because people were just spamming it so much that they're like, make them stop, make them stop. So on that note, I'm going to probably slot these into my bar. Probably a drop Blazing Spear. And keep probably Spear of Lighting for now. There's also some other fun things that I could do. I wonder if 4 Grade Justice might be worthwhile to get because I do need adrenaline gain. Um, for now, so maybe instead of find their weakness, I will do 4 Grade Justice. That way, I can pump out more of these adrenaline skills, which are going to be a bigger part of my build. Um, and I also have been messing around with the brain. I've also been messing around with on my heroes a Paragon Energy build, which uses motivation and the lead. So it won't be a command build; it's a motivation leadership build with Spear Mastery thrown in. And I like it quite well. It's doing a really good job keeping energy on my hero, so I might eventually try and build that out. Probably not in this campaign because I wanted to be able to do more damage, but we'll kind of see. Maybe I'll be Imbagon, and then I'll have General Morgan be the energy battery. I think that'd be kind of fun. Also, I just noticed because I completely forgot about this, is that their Sun Spear skills are a thing, and I can get the one for Paragon called "There's Nothing to Fear," which I think is part of Imagon, which is basically, uh, for like 4 seconds plus 1 second for every 2 ranks I have in leadership, all party members in earshot take less damage, 20.35% less damage. Affected party members are also healed for 35.60 health when this shout ends. So that is quite nice. So I figured I'd pick it up just to have on hand. One thing though is that this 50 costs a 20-second cooldown, and it is a but if I have 10, like 12, let's say I have 12 leadership, that means it only lasts 10 seconds. So I'm assuming the purpose is less to spam it, though knowing me, I'll probably spam it anyways. But probably more to reduce the more to like reduce damage when probably like near the beginning of the fight when there's the most damage going on your party. Then just trying to maintain it as much as possible from there. It is a lot of energy, and I don't really have much ways to gain energy right now, so I'm probably not going to equip it right now. If I feel like I have the energy spare, I'll probably swap it onto my bar. Um, but I kind of want to highlight some of these changes. It's been fun. There's more stuff I want to experiment with the changes. I'm not yet first rank, right? Yeah, I'm still for second spear. So what we're going to do is, because as far as I know, there are no quests left for me anywhere in the outposts I've been to, unless new ones have popped up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from Junkyard Undertakings, and we're gonna go to where I know for a fact that there are side quests for me. So in the meantime, let us equip this domination henchman. What is your starting staff. It is divine for everyone has their charge and perceptive energy. I'm kind of on healing burst for some burst healing, but I think I'm gonna put them on UA, and I want to see how well that goes for us. UA plus a little bit of protection probably is not too bad considering he's solo. Okay, let's do. The only thing is then he won't have any hex removal. Oh, I didn't think about that. You know what? I'll leave him on healing burst until I get a secondary a hero that can help with conditions and hexes. So let's talk to the scout to get some bounty. That's the word. This is a bug bounty. So we are going to head north to there's little like village area here where I remember there being a lot of quests. Again, I feel my brain tells me there was something that brought me there before the actual quest even began, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember. So since I can't remember, you know, we're just gonna walk over there and hope that I'm not too early. Damn, I'm just spamming out the Spidey throw with the adrenaline I'm getting. Holy crap, cow! I can see why people why it's worth it to equip these things now. Oh my god, I'm just like this is like an auto attack. I love it. Probably helped with his 4 Great Justice. Was giving me 100% more adrenaline. I was just like, yes, just throw that mighty throw. You know, with people with more optimized builds, that's probably why they did that one. So this is probably being spammed by those with the crazy amount of adrenaline gain. Oh, I used the wrong shout. Oh, that's not the other one. Yes, death! Death from the mighty blow, yes! I feel powerful. I feel like a god. Arena, if you are watching this, I love it. Alright, let's see if I can make it before I run out of adrenaline. Yes, I did. I'm definitely looking forward to, you know, if Imbagon brings this, even if they don't meta-wise before, or like, I'm still bringing this Wild Blood, because I think it's just glorious. Yeah, it moves 3 times faster and deals additional damage, which means it's harder to block as well. Alright, for Great Justice, we're spamming this out. Damage unleashed! Infinite power! I probably love it way too much, but it's just so much fun. Just angry for Great Justice and spam too. It's beautiful. Okay, so we did find one side quest from this Lieutenant Morunda. Let's see. You remind me of someone who's from Babby. Is that where you were from? Yes. She says, Prince Amtur, the mighty of the citadel of Zagon, has placed his trust in me. He has sent me to Istan to find and hire the brilliant master engineer Jacumba. We are having somewhat of a problem with raiders attacking Babby currently, and some world-renowned siege weapons designed by Jacumba should solve our problems. I'm told he lives out in these wilds. Would you mind helping me look for him? You could say, I'm sorry, but I'm on an official Sunspear business. Or I would say, it would be my pleasure. I'll say it's my pleasure, even though she's not going to give me any Sunspear points for this, but you know, I'm feeling in a helpful mood. I'm feeling all powerful with the use of my mighty blow. Ultimate weapon of justice. Yes. And then I could like throw in like periodically a an unblockable throw too, just for good measure, even though nobody here is blocking me. You know, it is just they're my enemies and they must burn. Basically. I definitely should replace though the Spear of Lightning when I get an opportunity. I think I saw that there's Sunspray. I don't know if it was actually available yet to me, but where like does extra damage, like AoE damage if it hits summon. And originally I was like, that doesn't sound too useful. And then I think about all the minions and the spirits that get summoned. I'm like, this is not a bad idea. All right, so we have Master Jacumba. Well, Master Engineer Jacumba to be exact. He says, I've got this fascinating contraption I'm working on. Imagine containing the power of fire magic into a box and tweaking it to make different colors. Wouldn't that provide hours upon hours of entertainment? That sounds like fireworks or something. He says, I would love to work on a new project in Vabby, but you see, I can't. I just can't. I haven't been able to do anything since I lost my precious magical compass. Without it, I can't even draw a straight line, let alone a perfect circle. I lost it just last week while fishing by the docks. It accidentally dropped in the water, and the next thing I know, a fierce scale swallowed it whole. If you could manage to get it back for me, I'm sure I could do the job. Or I could do the job. I think it said can on accident. Well, Mr. Jacumba, you're in luck. I am feeling generous today. And I need to do that anyways to complete the quest, so, I was wondering why it wasn't letting me, use shout, and then I attacking me, and then I took me too long to realize I was pressing the wrong button. Right now, the weapons I have reserved for this character from the prior two playthroughs, where if you remember, at the final thing, I bought a unique weapon specifically because I knew from the beginning that I was wanting my final character to be a Paragon. But currently, because because my own self rules is not on this character until he's going to be level 20. I currently have it on my main character's, not monk, my main character's Paragon hero that I've been using to test with the energy battery because I'm like, I'm kind of not being fair to him by like giving him just basic General Morgan weapons, and so I acknowledge that and fix the issue. There we go. I guess that wasn't the right scale. Never mind. No, I guess I had to destroy multiple groups, actually. That's what it is. I thought I was just hunting one scale, but no, I'm hunting a whole swath scale. Alright, we're going in. We're going in. Gosh, you had the right instinct. Trust your instincts. Casters trust their instinct. Why can't melee characters trust their instincts? Ain't that in that same balance match where they buff Mighty Throw and Wild Throw? I noticed that they changed the AI of the melee heroes and your pets, supposedly making them better. I'm hoping that is the case. And it seems to be the case for the melee heroes. For my pets, though, it feels like my pet is actually a little slower than he was before. Oh, another quest right there. I'll have to remember to grab that after this group. So it does make me wonder if it would have been better to, if they'd maybe messed up with the pet patch, because it just feels like, one of the things that if they can't reach their target, they're supposed to change. But I've had times where my pet would find a completely random target to attack for some reason, or he would just stand there, and I'm like, this isn't cool. So hopefully you can fix that. But Mighty Blow for Great Justice don't need to change that out. This is just too glorious. Alright, Miss Cinny. She says, my father was a fool and his fate is fitting, but I am still his daughter. I have long hoped to spare his spirit the torment he earned in life. I had entombed him in an altar, as is our way. Oh, we're under attack. They probably need some help. Let's see, let's take care of this cutthroat here. Actually, I think I did that slightly too early. I'm focusing down this raider. I'm slowly bringing him down. I do apologize. I'm just spamming this button and hoping it's going to work out perfectly. So, you know, if you hear the thing saying, hey, you don't have enough yet, that's entirely because I'm just waiting for the exact moment, for it to be the perfect moment. Alright, now, Miss Cindy, where were we? Something about an altar? I had entombed him in an altar as our way. Unfortunately, a dark spirit trapped his soul. There is now only one way to free my father's soul. So I must journey to my father's altar and defeat the dark spirit binding it. Are you noble enough to risk your life aiding the spirit of a foolish man? I can say, I have enough things to worry about, or as what I will actually say, I'll do what I can. Once again, another side quest that does not give me Sun Spirit promotion points. You are once again lucky that I am feeling generous. Is there any more side quests here that start here? I know that... Oh, there's a bounty, though. Oh. Let's see, we have... So close. We have after I killed all of those scales, now I get scale hunt. That's just my luck. Looks like we have a weapon trader. Probably nothing maxed out, but let's see. Anything worth my time? Let's see. The spear is known encryption and inscription, same as what I have right now. But is it better than what Dunkaro has for his staff? It is 10%. It is slightly better, 3 more energy, a little bit more damage, but the same half skill chance as the other. I could build it right now. I have apparently 3 ingots sitting in my inventory. Don't remember from where. You know, definitely doesn't hurt. There's also, what can I get for you cost? Anything worthwhile? 10, 10, no. 9 to 13? Yeah, same thing. I might as well give Dunker a little bit of love. It's only 50 gold. And he should have the Divine Favor. Now he has the Divine Favor. Alright, Donkey. There's your first upgrade for your staff. Don't tell anybody I do nothing for you. On that note, I should probably customize Koss's sword. I think it means I can't sell to a merchant anymore, but it would have the benefit of, you know, I think because he's my hero, it counts as giving him the 20% damage boost. So it probably is not a bad idea for me to get 20% more damage on my hero. Just like with this one. None of these are actually customized either. Maybe I should look into doing that. You know, I've been having a lot of my heroes on Ritualist just so they can have flesh on my flesh. But I'm honestly thinking of, instead of doing that, getting Signet of Return. That way they don't, because I think it'll just be a lot smarter, because the heroes like to kill themselves with it. Anyways, Master Engineer Jakumba. My magical compass, I never thought I'd see it again. Thank you so much. Now I can design the greatest siege weaponry the world has seen yet. You are welcome, sir. And I think Lieutenant is right by a Father's Fate. Yeah, they're almost right next to each other, so I should be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. Lieutenant Marunda. Thank you, Fear My Buff Games. Prince Amtur will be very pleased to hear that Jakumba is returning with me to Vabi. If you ever find yourself in Vabi, please feel free to drop by and pay us a visit. 1,000 experience and 100 gold. I do love gold. But I don't think I'll reach rank 12 before I get to first spear. So I think this is the site of a father's fate. Yeah, it's these ancient remains. You're ready for battle? I don't know if it can burn, but if it can, baby, we're gonna make sure she burns. Yeah, and she just died so easily. Glorious. Glorious indeed. Alright, so back to Miss Cinny. Let her know that we have defeated the Lady of the Dead and freed her father's soul from whatever fate was in store for him. Might as well kill these insects on our way since we do have insect hunt. Before I went this way and engaged, I'm not, like, I actually double checked. I was like, this insect, right? Yeah. I'm like, I'm pretty sure these are insects. Let's hope for the best. Let's see. Unblockable throw, mighty throw. This thing only has a 6-second cooldown. I wonder if I can do like 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. If that would be a good idea. Oh, we have dialogue. Where's Kohanu? Kohanu's over here. You're a loose cannon, Shaduk. I can't have you running around that willy-nilly breaking kneecaps. It's just not respectable. I get results, Kohanu. It's not my fault that sometimes the only way to deal with the bad situation is to use a little force. One more mistake and you're out, Shadok. I'll have your spear and shield. They have a quest. So I wonder if I'm picking a side. So basically, it says, I don't care what Kohanu says. This island has problems that need to be solved. And if the Sunspurs aren't going to do something, who will? There's this merchant named Deshawn who's making a killing selling grain to unproducing farmers. See, there used to be a lot of merchants stockpiling grain. They'd sell it at an affordable rate during bad seasons and buy it back during good ones. Anyway, our friend Deshawn put those folks out of business by practically giving away his grain. Now he's the only grain merchant in the area, and he could charge an arm and a leg. Some of the farmers can barely even afford to eat after they pay his prices. I say we go convince him to lower his demands. And I could say, that sounds terrible. Let's go teach him a lesson. Or, that's a little drastic for someone who's just being a good merchant, don't you think? I wonder, what does Kohanu say? As much as I dislike his methods, Shadok does have a point. There are a lot of problems the Sunspheres can't deal with officially. Some of them really need to be solved. In particular, there's a local merchant that's a bit of a problem. He managed to put all of his competitors out of business, and now overcharges local farmers for essential supplies. Could you go with Shadok and try to convince the merchant to lower his prices? The Sunsphere Order is willing to reimburse him for some of his lost profits if he'll turn over the grain to the farmers. I just need you to make sure Shadok doesn't try and use any of his usual methods to change the merchant's mind. And by change his mind, I mean kill him. And I can say, you can count on me, or I'm not a babysitter, ask somebody else. So I do think this is a pick which one won. I can get 500 gold and 500 experience, 50 gold, or I can get the one that gives me 5 Sunsphere promotion points. And right now, I really do need Sunsphere promotion points. So I'm going to, as much as I want to break the merchant's kneecaps, go with the responsible thing. Koharu wants me to do what? Well, I guess if that's what he wants, I should give it a try. I don't like the idea of paying the dirty scoundrel, but I suppose I can't always solve problems with brute force. Maybe if we're lucky, Tashard won't listen to reason. Anyway, let's go. Lead the way. Looks like he's over there, so we're going to make a pit stop since it looks like the NPC is following me instead of me having to follow him. I'm going to just make a pit stop and talk to Cinny. Let her know that I theoretically solved a problem. I don't know if, in this universe, ghosts come back to life or I should say, reform after a certain amount of time or what, like they do in a Dragonbane. or after every 6 hours, or if depending on the spirit, it might be within 6 hours or after 6 hours, they respawn. Says thank you, hero. My father always said, life is pain. Anyone who tells you different is selling something. I'm beginning to believe him. Take this. It is not much, but I am thankful. 500 experience and 50 gold. I'll take it. Alright, for a peaceful solution, what does this merchant who is ripping off all these farmers have to say for himself? I guess we'll find out. And I think there might be another side quest over here too. So if memory is correct, then it'll be nice to get that. Let's talk to the Sunspear Scout real fast in case there's something new. Because, I mean, I do need 29 Sunspear points. And let 24 if you count the quest I'm in the progress of doing. Looks like I already have what she's offering. That's too bad. Okay, with Sean, Dara, and Cock. Drive on. I'm assuming these are the merchant bodyguards. Aye! We're calling the Dara, help! It's that blasted Sunspear here to threaten me again, and this time he has hired goons with him. What? No, I'm just here to talk. Unfortunately. You can't fool me that easily. Well, joke's on you, Sonny Jim. I have the power of mighty throw and unblockable throw. You do not have the strength to defeat me. All right, you win. I'll make some price cuts, 30% off. Look, we know you have to make a living. The Sunspear Order is willing to reimburse you if you're willing to lower your prices. How about you make it 50 and we pay you 20? Well, I suppose that's reasonable. Success. You should go report back to Kohanu. Sounds good to me. I guess in the end we did break some kneecaps just on the merchant's bodyguards. All in a day's work for the Sunspears. At least they didn't make fun of my nipple armor. I wonder if they fixed that with the elite Sunspear armor. Or if it's the same. So I wouldn't mind getting some elite Sunspear armor. Let's see. I think we will need to go across this bridge. Sometimes not all beaches are perfectly accessible. Well, that's why I'm kind of like, is this one? Is this one? Is this the right one? I don't know. Is it? And there is Kohana, whose voice changed every time I spoke with him. To the point where I don't even remember what his original voice was. Thankfully for, Shada, I like specifically had a place where I moved my mouth. So I just need to do that and just do my best. Because what? Ark, his bodyguards? Well, I suppose it can't be helped. You didn't exactly start the fight, so it's not really your fault. At least the merchant agreed to lower his prices. I suppose Shadok has earned a second chance. Thank you for your help, Fear My Buff Games. And there you have it. We are that much closer to first spear. Which is right here, 24 away. I'm going to walk back over there and see if maybe when the quest isn't active, if there is another quest there. Otherwise, for the next part, I'm going to have to get creative where I find out where these quests are. Because I was not expecting to need to grind for first spear this early. Oh, looks like we got a wild Corsair group come over here. Hey, Mr. Seer, it would be a shame if I use my mighty arms to hurt you. And basically what I need to just do is, like, make sure that my spear has time to travel before I press it. I think that's really what's happening, is because it doesn't give you the adrenaline when you activate the skill. It gives you the adrenaline once it hits the target. So if but it goes 3 times faster, so usually it's pretty fast at giving you back. But it's not instantaneous. It's just a lot faster. Let's see. Looks like because they're still over there, so I doubt they're gonna give me any quests. So I think I'm just gonna do is we're going to walk over there. Death to the storm seeds. But I do think this is probably a good stopping point for this part. I'm going to go a little bit of a walk off of video, and if I happen to see another side quest, I will, on my way to Zelon Reach, I will start the next part. So there's a good chance that I'll have to get creative, or just grind. Grinding is probably what's going to be. We'll find out. Alright, I do appreciate you guys watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you for the next one. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you may be, and take care.